First of all, we must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent, circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation. So, do not misinterpret the chauvinistic...
Give to the United Negro Scholarship Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to develop without help.
Allow me to expose my colon once again. The ramification inflicted on the incision placed within the fallopian cavities serves to be holistic, taken from the Latin word jalapeno. The ambiguity that I feel never justifies itself. There's always the pungent odor of life's constipation that surreptitiously conflicts with the detrimental instability hitherto for 6-8. Who do we appreciate? The unification of Congress, condoms, demystifying the squalor of profanity regurgitating over and over again. Here, let me digress my bowels for a minute and right to the front, the nondescript hernia rectifies the miscommunication of fetal or fecal, depending on where your head is at.
Reading is fundamental.
So do not be persecuted by the pompous fedora balanced by the equilibrium fortified by the government's inability to eradicate or foreshadow, taken from the Hebrew word foreskin.
Understand what you read. He doesn't. Paid for by the President's Council on Literacy.
Legally repressing my balsitude, I've retracted my gonads with gigantic proportions, and the signing of the prohibition, you see, defecates the fluids of detention between the essence of the Euro intercourse, you see.
AT&T allows you to reach out and touch someone, even when they don't get out much.
Right, exactly. Okay, brother, okay. See, all you doing right now is flatulating your liquids. Okay? Because I believe it was Homo erectus that said to expose the hemorrhoidal ramification would merely delineate the colonic orifice, thereby separating the gluteus from the maximus.
Well, Homo was very deep, but you seem to masticate the proclamation, my brother.
Okay.
Because the gastrointestinal phlebitis prostigates the crustacean of the colostomy.
Oh, go ahead.
If that's your bag.
Preach on.
Right, and further hindering the pyorrhea, which
Excuse me?
you got me, brother. The diarrhea.
Okay.
Moving toward the angina or vagina, depending on how much time you got.
Man, you are Metamucil.
I know.
Talk to me. If you feel the need or when you need the feeling, talk to me.
Over 5,000 inmates are prisoners not only of their cells, but of illiteracy. That's why Barbara Bush is tearing down those bars with her Read in Jail campaign.
Yeah, here's Buddy. He just started your program.
Thanks to your program, I can read my sentence now. Triple life sentence with no hope for parole.
Congratulations.
Well, now let me introduce you to John here. You know, he's a real success story.
Thank you, Mrs. Bush.
Before I could read, I was forced to rob convenience stores for a living. But since joining your literacy program, a whole new world has been opened up to me. Embezzlement.
You know, we're so proud of him. And finally here, there's Oswald. He's one of our most enthusiastic students.
Oh, yeah. The pancreatic philosophy of your book, you understand, has civilized the shadow, you dig? And opened my mucal membranes, you understand, to a world, oh yes, a world of nocturnal commissions.
Gordon, may I?
God! What a lockup!
So, what you're saying then, Oswald, is that the viscous mammalian glands, which stropulate my work,
right,
clearly disembowel the placentitude of the very recticatality of my virtue.
Ah, exactly, pubile. It is the quasi-menstrual, excuse me, quasi-modo.
Point taken.
Phlebitis that makes your book so, clitoric?
Oh, yes.
And reminiscent of the Oedipus, or the pedipus, depending on which end is up.
I think I'm beginning to see the light. The entire premise of my book was wrong.
Way off.
Well, I'd better start on a new version immediately.
Barbara Bush, doing her part in the fight against illiteracy.
Before we vote on your request for parole, we do have some questions. Do you think you'll be able to adjust to life on the outside?
Allow me to partologize myself. Suppositorily speaking, my incarceration has forced, you understand, the ventilation of, shall I say, my derriere, and upon my discharge, I will ejaculate, my mind to the prophylactic of the bowels of society.
But how would you support yourself, Mr. Bates, considering that your reading comprehension has gone down every year since you've been in prison?
A very vaginative proposition, my man. That is to say, prostitution pertaining to the cotex, you understand, of the argument. I myself have eminentized my liquidation, therefore, ergo, i.e., that is the instigation, which is excessive cleavage, shall we say. So, let me clarify, or, clitify. In other words, I'd probably teach.
All right, if there are no further questions, let us put this to a vote. All those in favor of parole vote aye.
Aye.
All those opposed vote nay.
Nay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bates. Is there anything further you'd like to say?
Let me be venereal in my requisition for this body of congregation, for the personal gratification of my urethras. As the Greek philosopher Massengill once dictated, licketh my proboscis. Undouche me. I can find my own damnation in tardy completion.
I know you haven't seen Little G in a long time, but I still think it's time you had that talk with him about the birds and the bees. I know you don't know what to say to him, but I still think it's best if it comes from you. Lil G! Your daddy's gonna have that talk with you now, okay?
Flatulate yourself over here, my little zygon. Flatulate, don't be redundant. Now, you see, when a man liposucks a woman's mammogram, it is the titillating expression between lubrication of two secreting adults, you dig?
Yeah,
frog trick. Chitty chitty bang bangs like frosted mini wheat.
No. It's much more mucozoid than that, my little genophilia. It's the adolescent Dukakis that is calculated, you understand, by the insane or Hussein, depending on the confrontation forthwith. Furthermore, post-haste, post-office, creating a mediocre type arsenic treatyology, you understand? Am I being correct?
Gesundheit. A most spectacular off-ramp. But sometimes I'm defecated
right.
by my misfortune.
That's very antiseptic, my little hors d'oeuvre. But do not homogenize the Neutrogena or Gina, depending on the woman.
That's so Nintendo. My own giblets are under surveillance.
Oh, that's deep. That's my son there. You've radiated mucho ambivalence, as the French people say.
Time's up. Let's go, Oswald.
Hey, remember, don't constipate your mother's hemorrhoid. Fornicate my redemption. I recede to my own bowels.
20th Century Fox presents 48 Hours Again, starring Oswald Bates.
I want to talk to you, Bates.
Won't you knock before immunizing the room?
Just shut up and listen. One of your ex-buddies, Billy Bear, just busted out of prison. And you're gonna help me find him. You got no choice, convict.
You cannot expectorate me to digest my secretions. Kiss my beehive.
Look, Bates, help me find him. I'll give you anything you want. Anything. Just tell me what you want.
I need to assist my penal implanter. Lactifying oil embankment.
In other words?
I need a dictionary.
You got it, Bates. Ever been in a country bar, Bates? These good old boys are gonna love you.
I can father my own Peace Corps.
Think so, convict? I can't wait to see it. Hell, I'm even gonna give you a badge.
Your siliconic gyrations got my delicatessen open. Bitch.
Howdy.
Duty.
What do you want to drink? Black Russian?
How'd you like me to suppository tenderize your posterior, not to mention your posterior? Where's Boo Bear?
What the hell are you talking about?
Relate the definitions, locality of Boo Bear, or else be circumcised.
I don't have to tell you nothing.
On the contrary, my redneck eclair. I've been pigmatized, my colon card.
Okay, you're a cop, but I can't understand you.
What we have here is a failure to ejaculate.
I don't know what you're saying, but I'm gonna kick your butt.
Go ahead and make my goon bag. Listen up, all red buckers. I'm about to fornicate your innermost ovulations.
We don't understand what you're saying.
Regurgitate or be turtle wax.
Look, if somebody doesn't tell him where he is, not only is my throat gonna get sore, but he's gonna be talking like this all night long.
Please, not that, okay? Billy Bear lives next door, second floor apartment.
Hi, Colonel Sanders. Remember, there's a new douche in town.
48 Hours Again,
coming soon to a theater near you. And now a message from Oswald A. Bates, attorney at law.
Are you a penal implant? Regurgitating behind bars while your ex-mammary is pollinating every Scrotarian in town? Were you arrested under false circumcisions and reincarnated against your will? In Seaman's terms, are you in jail? Then let the orifices of Oswald Bates syllabimize your intrinsical needs.
My name Tiny. I was stabbed in the shower by inmate number 4356783. That's Bubba to us. And Oswald got me conjugal visits with a girl with big breasts and a pack of Winston. Thank you, Oswald.
You too can share in this infectious pneumonitis. Don't constipate. Simply wipe to the front and call. 1-810 Sucks.
Yeah, thanks to Oswald Bates, I got 3 more years in prison. Yeah, thanks a lot, Oswald. Thanks a lot.
Unfortunately, we cannot impregnate everybody. That's beyond our canonic thresholds.
The law offices of Oswald Bates. Call 1-810-LAW-SUCKS.
Hi. Do you secrete a reading dysfunction? Do you have problems putting your words in a colostomy bag? That's why I've cremated this new program called Book on Phonics. I'll teach you how to testiculate my way. To computate how it works, I will intersex with a perverted deviant by using one of my own penal implants. Masticate the sentence. C. Dick. Angina. Angina. You know what gina is, don't you? Yeah. You see, you conjeculating your verbs and reaming your fibula. Impeach me. Dick, at last, you emasculated pace and accelerating at a promiscuous rate.
Hey, man, that ain't what that says.
Shut up. Suppress your defecation. See, reading is bisexual in your mentality. I think it was Plato, Plato, who stuck to the wall when he said one must put his transvestite in jeopardy if one wants to become a cunning linguist. Like Vanna White. Now, hermaphrodite, try it again. C. Jane.
C. Jane's big breastises?
That's it. Now you're expectorating your space distinct wedge.
I got to have in the big breast!
Hold on, I ain't no venereal fuddrucker. But I can teach you to probate your hemorrhoidal retention. And you don't even have to be clairvoyant, Claire Huxtable, to ovulate this amazing program.
But how, Big I Jane's breastises?
Gigantor. So please, don't put off tomorrow what you can castrate today. Send your colon in today. Soon you'll be on your ivory way, and remember, RIF, reading is fallopian.
To order Book on Phonics, Deflecate $9.95 to Oswald Bates, care of Mid-State Maximum Security Prison.
Now let me get this straight. You're looking for someone called the Gibberish Killer, who leaves nonsensical notes on his victims' bodies.
That's correct. Which is why I need to speak to the doctor immediately. He could give me a psychological profile of this nut so we can catch him before he murders again.
Oh, my darling Miss Starling. Let me first say this man is very dangerous. If you're not careful, he could psychologically destroy you.
My 4 years at the academy weren't exactly a charm school, Doctor. I think I can handle him.
Well, here we are. Miss Starling, meet Oswald Bates. I'll just leave you two alone to get better acquainted.
Mr. Bates, my name is Special Agent Clarice Starling. I'd like to ask you a few questions, sir. I said I need your help, Mr. Bates.
I can specify your kunta kinte from here.
If you're referring to my cologne, sir, it's called Obsession, something I'm sure you're not unfamiliar with.
Ah, douche, or should I say Summer's Eve?
Your psychological games won't work with me, Doctor. I'm immune.
Ovulate.
Right. I'd like you to take a look at this and see if you can make anything out of it.
I will Pepto-Bismolize and Betty Crocolize any spermation of my smegmatic taxicab. Excuse me, maxi pad. The man is sick.
I realize that, sir. That's why I need your help. Where is he going to strike next?
First, proctologize yourself in his Rico-Swagmatic gyration.
Okay. Okay, yes. No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to give me more than that.
Kleenex. You're not constipating. Imogen Cocalize the slaughter of the Labada.
Of course. Albuquerque. That would be in line with his fascination for polysyllabic non sequiturs.
Exlexity. And now you must spew your liquids for me.
Well, let me put it to you this way, Doctor. The testicularity of the atmosphere, pap smear, is not juicified to the, what's the word?
Defecation.
Yes, defecation of your circumcision. That's all I can do.
I can smell your feet!
5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, yes. The pancreatic philosophy of your book has syphilized the shaft and opened my mucal membranes, you understand, to a world, you dig? A world, girl. Oh,
On a lockup.
No, Kelly. Listen. Okay, one more. Use the chair.
So, what you're saying then is... What the hell did I do?
Oh,